Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and I gotta say the Hearthstone community I don't think is super excited about the pets announcement from yesterday, as we have countless Reddit threads and memes like this one where you remove the free Diamond Legendary with set completion, you remove the free board with every expansion, you add gambling mechanic to get those rewards. It costs $158. It's actually a little bit more than that, as I have discovered. We'll talk about that, but I just want to talk about how this is a really troubling, very troubling and dark time in Hearthstone where, yes, it's only cosmetic, but the implications of this mode just go really deep. It's really bad, and it could leak into other stuff if it's successful and continues. I want to go over just with the mode itself, the pet's monetization, because again, I think the pet itself is cool, but the monetization around it ruins everything. Thanks, monetization team, for that, by the way. I'm sure the devs that made this pet are really happy about that. But yes, we're going to go through like 10 different predatory things that this whole monetization has going on, as well as we're going to run a simulation to show how unbelievably unlikely it is you will get this pet for anything less than, yes, that $158. But you know what else has also pretty terrible odds, but you can enter for free? No, the first hit is free. No, I'm never going to charge for my giveaways. We have a giveaway going on for 2 regular pre-orders, 3 mega bundles out of my pocket for that upcoming expansion, Lost Save on Goro. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until that rewards track refresh goes live, probably on Monday, I will add another mega bundle. So hit that sub button, make me go broke, and we'd hit 100K. That'd be pretty cool. So anyways, yes, the Hearthstone subreddit all very upset, but I'm going to shout out Hearthstone and Imic, who made this simulator. This is a pull simulator for the Dark Moon treasures. And it's going to include things that the feature itself in the game won't include, which is the odds. And no, this isn't a typo. The odds to pull King Plush on your first roll will be 0.1%, 1 in 1,000. And I thought it'd be a fun exercise to see how long it will take us to pull a King Crush pet before the 10th pull, meaning we just pull one time earlier and save any money on this. So the way it'll work is you get to click the free redeem. It'll go through an item and pick one, and boom, we rolled our one free one. We got one of the low value things, and now you can see that still 0.1% on our King Crush. We're gonna roll again. It goes through, runs the odds, and oh, we got a very likely signature card. And now you can see we have spent $4 total. We roll again, or sorry, it's $4 for the next roll. We roll again, we don't get it. So let's spend $6 more, roll, try and get that pet. It's 0.2%. You see the odds are still absolutely horrendous. Even after 4 pulls out of 10, the odds are still just 0.2%. Let's roll one more time, see what happens. Oh, we're gonna get him? No, we didn't, and it's still 0.2. Well, I'll spend $13 more on runestones. We will try one more time, and still, nope, didn't get it. We roll for $18 more, maybe now at 0.7%. That's right. We're on pull 8. There's only 2 more till we get to the last one when you're guaranteed the pet. You will still notice 1.4%. That's the odds you get, and $25. So let's roll it. And oh, we got the diamond a little bit earlier. That's actually kind of lucky, which actually makes the odds on King Crush worse. If you get luckier on one of the higher rare items that isn't King Crush, the odds are worse. Normally this would be around 6.7%. Instead it's 1.8%. Can we roll plush on the 9th roll? No, we don't. I just know that's gonna happen. And yes, we need to spend $50 more to get that King Plush minus 158. So we're just gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna speed it up and see how many runs it will take us to get King Plush without having spent $158. Get lucky and pull it by the 9th pull, basically. Just the 9th. We're not even hoping for 8th, 7th, 6th, whatever. No, another minus 158. Let's try again. I tried this before. It took me 17 attempts. 17 to get it on the 9th roll. So it still cost me like $120 or $100, right? Just to get the pet, the one thing I want. And yeah, we missed again. That's 3 in a row. Let's keep going. And you know what? We'll just fast forward till the point where I actually get it on an earlier roll. And there we go. It's just like the last time I did it. It took 17 tries to get it just on the 9th roll, meaning I still had to spend $108. And yes, basically it's almost not gambling because the house always will win. And none of these odds are going to be displayed in game. It's going to be in the fine print online that the average person won't know. They're just going to see this big picture, right? They're going to see the big picture of King Crush there and be like, maybe if I just roll one more time, I'll get him. Almost certainly people will not roll. So that is unbelievable. I want people to be aware of that. And yes, I'm going to get this through Blizzard for free and we will show it how it works. And if I swear, if I roll it early, I don't know, that is going to be awfully darn suspicious. Anyways, that is just one of the predatory things going on of how unlikely it is to get it. And it's put with all these other cosmetics that some people, actually someone like myself, might actually want all this stuff, but you're forced to basically spend $158 on all of it and just to get the pet, right? And someone did a breakdown on one of these Reddit threads of the average cost will be around $151 because you're that often to roll 10. Have to roll 10 times. The average number of pulls is 9.816. So it's super unlikely, super gambly, super predatory, but it actually won't cost 158, by the way. Another predatory thing that we've waited a long time for this to happen when they added runestones, but it's happened that it won't cost 158. It'll actually cost $160 because you can't buy runestones in anything less than an increment of 500, meaning 15,800, you can't get that. You can get 16,000, you can get 15,500, but not 15,800. So again, calculated effort by the monetization team to make you have excess runestones. And that's another predatory thing. You can't just get it directly with money. You have to buy an additional currency for no other reason than to have excess runestones and just have a stupid, unnecessary monetization system, right? So these are all things that are just awful about the actual event or whatever you want to call it. Another predatory aspect, it's purely gambling, right? You could possibly hit this earlier. Most people won't know how unlikely it is, but the gambling aspect of it is brutal. I like this Reddit thread here that said adding predatory gambling mechanics to a game is never morally acceptable, regardless of it's just cosmetic or not. Gambling is dangerous. Adding gambling mechanics with real monetary investment, any game or app is not only predatory, but is also inherently immoral. Well, I don't think the gaming companies these days care much about morals, do they? People who say this is just cosmetic, so it's fine, are not people who have known gamblers or people with addictive personalities and have just seen how destructive gambling is. It ruins lives and families, and they know that people who play games like this one are more prone to having those addictive personality types. And I will say, if you can't tell by the Lego behind me and all the signature cards I buy, I'm kind of in that category, right? They're banking on that to be the case in order to turn a profit. This time the mechanic is guaranteed and capped. Next time it won't be. Who knows, right? We don't know. But introducing a system like this is a slippery slope that should not be tolerated or accepted willingly. That's one of the real concerns I have. We saw the crowd's favor added to the arena. By the way, I am now 0-21 on that gambling mechanism, despite being top 25 on the arena leaderboards. I have 4 12-win runs. I'm doing really well. I've yet to hit that jackpot, and that feels terrible. Why? Because it's gambling, and the arena rewards never used to have that. We have added gambling to the arena. We're adding gambling to cosmetics, and what stops them now from, okay, instead of mythic portraits being available for $60 in the shop, every time this returns, you have to buy the mythic portrait by spending $158 or $160 on that portrait rather than just being able to buy it outright, because that's more fun, right? No, it's not. I would rather just buy what I want to buy. And another just super predatory part of it is the FOMO aspect. It's only going to be there for a short period of time. It'll probably have a ticker to tell you you only have this much more time to enter. So you got fear of missing out. This mode is going to be banned in the Netherlands and Belgium because it goes against their, gambling and loot box laws. So again, not exactly the most straight up thing. They even have this disclaimer saying it's not available in some regions to people who are younger than 18 years old because it's illegal to gamble for those people, and they consider it gambling in those regions. And I guess I'll leave off with another thing is this comment here: safe to assume your opponent doesn't see your pet at all, right? And well, I confirmed for this person because I've been told, and I'm free to share the information, your opponent will be able to see your pet. So your opponent will see that pet, be more inclined like, oh, that looks really great, because it does. It's a really cool thing, and be like, well, I gotta go get it. How do I get it? And then they see the gambling mechanism, might not be aware of how it goes, and just, well, I can just pull it, right? And boom, they've sunk in a bunch of money, and they gotta basically sink in $160 to pull the damn thing because the odds are so unbelievably unlikely. And because the odds are so unlikely, it'll make Reddit threads be posted and be even like, oh my God, that guy pulled it, I can do it too, which funnels into everything. That's not even to speak of the first hit is free, right? Like, it's literally how you hook people on drugs, is giving them the first hit for free. So of course we do get that one free thing, that's cool, but it's just there to lure you in to spend an insane amount of money and get addicted to possibly rolling that king crush that you're basically never going to roll until the end. This is an incredibly predatory mechanism. It's completely unnecessary. They could sell this item separately. If you actually pay attention to the weights of everything, weights correlate very much to how they value it, and the way it's valued when it gets to the end is basically it would be valued at $50 to $60 in the shop, which is a lot of money. And I think people would be like, oh my God, $50, $60 for this. But then they would just be like, well, I'll either buy it or I won't. I don't have to gamble. I can just get it. And it's the first ever pet in Hearthstone. And instead of being a celebratory thing that, again, the devs put a lot of time and effort into, it's a really just, I think, could be a really therapeutic thing for someone like myself. I get anxiety a lot, especially at higher ranks and stuff. I can get real anxiety or get angry. If you haven't noticed, I could get pretty angry. This is something that I could see like actually being nice and calming down, and to tie it behind gambling is just unacceptable, a slippery slope, and something that I feel like, again, they said that comment there, they're open to feedback. Give them all the feedback in the world. I feel like the vast majority of people either hate this or won't engage with it, or just are disgusted by it, appalled by it. Even though it's just cosmetic, it could be a real slippery slope, because we've already seen with the arena where that isn't cosmetic, gambling has already gotten there, and this current leadership monetization team is just really pushing this stuff for whatever reasons. And I just think it's something that should not be in Hearthstone. It should be left to, casinos or those really, really gambly mobile games that where they don't even cap this stuff. You can roll these type of things. You can do these polls for like thousands of dollars to try and get something. Like, there's things infinitely worse than this. Don't get me wrong. Marvel Snap doing a similar thing, except for real cards with Kid Omega, $100 for that. But again, it could lead to worse things down the road. And I also just want people to actually have a legit shot at this awesome pet without spending an obscene amount of money or just trying to gamble their way to the most unlikely of polls. Because like, dude, it never freaking hits. Anyways, we'll try and have some positivity tomorrow. I want to do a tier list on every legendary from that upcoming expansion, plus theory crafting will be tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun stuff coming up, but I am really hoping that they reconsider on this, although I'm really getting my doubts. This current leadership team, it's something scary, and it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.